Today I'm going to share with you our road trip from Kyoto to Wakayama in Honshu, right down to the southernmost tip and back up to Kyoto. Luckily we just got back, and there was the tsunami warning from the Russian earthquake, and waves up to 3 meters were estimated to hit that Wakayama coast. In the video I'll show you the concrete walls and a lot of those warning areas, which I found fascinating, but thankfully we're safe and it's actually downgraded, so a lot of people are safe too. But come with me, I'll show you the experience of Wakayama. But first of all, on the map we made our way down the west coast along Osaka down to Wakayama, and this point called Gobo, a lot of brilliant sights. The landscape definitely changes and it becomes more mountainous and a lot of lush landscape, a lot more insects, and further north there are a lot more rice fields, but down in Wakayama more mountains and a lot of fruit trees. There's very famous for this area for umeboshi pickled plums and peaches, and also mandarins and other fruits as well. We stayed a night in Hidaka, and there are a lot of walls here. There's an American Mura area where a lot of Americans moved to this area, and it's a little area. There is actually a military base, but it doesn't seem to be a connection there, but there is this area, America Mura. A lot of high walls for the tsunamis, but beyond that, I'm standing on top one here looking at the ocean. You can see that guy fishing, but really beautiful ocean views. We went for a little swim here, but not sandy beaches, a lot of pebble beaches and a lot of rugged coastline. After our night stay in Hidaka here near Gobo, we drove along the coast and we saw all the sights along the way, Shirahama, and we saw the Umeboshi Museum. A lot of huge umeboshi plums, if you like those, bigger than I've ever seen in the supermarket, and a lot of different flavors too. A lot of souvenir shopping. There is actually whale meat in a can, not my favorite, I haven't bought it, but you can buy that. A lot of snacks, tasty ice creams, all sorts that you do on a road trip normally. A lot of fun. We went further down to Kushimoto, and this is actually the area that is the furthest south on the Honshu island. There is a monument there. There's also a bridge off to another little island called Kyoshima, and this is all in Kushimoto area. Spectacular views, mountainous drives, a lot of fun if you're into driving around. And there is actually a lighthouse there and a bit of history, Turkish memorial and a museum there, a lot of history of this lighthouse, and interesting shops that sell things like carpets, which is interesting to see in Japan. We did some fireworks that night on the beaches because it is summer, and we drove around, enjoyed some sashimi, fresh sashimi and sushi, a lot of eating and having a good time in this town. As we left Kushimoto, we drove up the east coast and we passed this area called Hashigiwa Rocks. It's a very famous area where these rocks jut out of the ocean, quite spectacular views. It happened in historic times where an earthquake happened and the sheets rubbed and left these rocks sticking out. Quite a spectacular place. A lot of souvenirs there. There's temples and all sorts, and again lots of really tasty food, a lot of snacks and things, and souvenirs of course. And then from there we drove up the east coast along the ocean. It was quite a long drive, but lots of fun and talking and sightseeing past a turtle museum and tortoise museum, up through the mountains and back to Kyoto. So if you're thinking of going to Wakayama and you like driving, definitely recommend it. Some interesting sights there and experiences. And even though the tsunami, we dodged that one, it's quite rare, and they do have the warning system set up, so all of those people were evacuated before that. So I wouldn't worry based on that experience. A lot of good times and enjoyed Wakayama a lot.